out alive.
We want justice. We want to be done about it because it's not right.
His black owners say that they intentionally neglected him, all because of his name, and now they're suing. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Ron Hatley knows horses. His family is known as the first black family to race quarter horses in all of Texas. One of his prize stallions, Black Lives Matter, gained national recognition back in January for winning at the Louisiana Downs. Then months later, he won again at the Sam Houston Derby, where the Hatleys took home a $15,000 payout. But all of that came to a halt in July when the Hatleys say they took BLM to the veterinarian for a routine procedure. They say they saw red flags instantly when the vet's behavior started to change when they learned that BLM was named after the Black Lives Matter movement. A day after the procedure, the horse was dead. This viral post was seen millions of times.
We dropped him off healthy, but when we returned to pick him up, he was non-responsive.
It was a $10,000 procedure at the Weems and Stevens Equine Hospital in Aubrey, Texas. BLM was to be castrated and have his sperm collected for future breeding purposes. Hatley says that BLM was there for 3 weeks and called to check in periodically. He wanted video recordings to monitor the horse's condition, but he got pushback, he says, when the vet's office said this.
He said, "We're not here for your social media needs," and hung a phone in my face.
That was the first red flag.
If this is the way you treating me, I just don't trust nothing else that goes on out there. So don't y'all touch him. Don't touch him.
Here is a text message that followed. Another employee writing, quote, "I won't be there for the castration, but I will see if one of the techs can take pictures." After a few texts back and forth, they say, quote, "Just talked to the bosses and they said no pictures. Sorry." Hatley then responded, "Just tell them don't do it." But by that point, Hatley says that it was too late. They already started the surgery. He got a phone call the next morning.
She said the surgery went well, the post-op went well, he was up, this and that. He passed away sometime last night or this morning. I said, passed away? I said, well, you got to be kidding me, right?
Hatley says that they gave no explanation and the autopsy came back inconclusive.
There is no proof of post-op care and documentation.
They said that there were some lesions on his head, there were some lesions on his body, but could not specifically say this is what caused his death.
You know, in the back of your mind, do you feel like this was done intentionally?
Absolutely, man. There had to be some neglection done to him.
Weems and Stevens Hospital does have a high rating online. They're known as a full-service surgical, laboratory, and critical care equine hospital. As you can see, their staff is mostly white. The Shade Room with an exclusive first look at the lawsuit. It was filed September 16th. It says, quote, "The defendants breached their duties and were negligent, grossly negligent, and or acted with malice by, quote, failing to document and keep records for the care provided, failing to monitor, provide post-operative care, and provided medication to the horse without authorization." It goes on to say, quote, that the hospital administered improper medication dosages, failing to adequately hydrate the horse, and performed the castration procedure in 100-degree temperatures. The Hatleys are seeking $5 million in damages. Hatley says that he's been harassed about BLM's name before, and this was no different.
It was that bad, man. He was almost like had to be bodyguarded just because of his name.
He says that the American Quarter Association tried to ban BLM over the controversial name, but they gave in after Hatley threatened to get his lawyer involved. They say they had big plans for BLM, but that won't happen now.
We want justice and want to be done about it because it's not right, you know.
We reached out to the Weems and Stevens Equine Hospital for a comment. We're still waiting to hear back. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.